All right. Welcome to the training for today. We're going to talk about metabolism. All right. So a lot of our clients come to us and telling us they're eating clean or they're exercising regularly, but their metabolism is typically the culprit. All right. So in today's training, I'm just going to break down like what metabolism actually is and why it plays a key role in your weight loss journey and how to reset it or get it to work more efficiently instead of basically getting it to work for you instead of against you. All right. So what is metabolism? So metabolism is going to get a little sciencey, but it's really the process by which your body converts food into energy. All right, so it's responsible for several factors. So BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate. What this is this is the calories that your body burns at rest. So basically, if you laid on the couch all day and didn't move, that's your base metabolic rate. All right. So it's the calories your body burns at rest to keep essential functions running, like breathing, circulation, just basic stuff. All right. So everybody, has a basal metabolic rate. As your metabolism slows, your base metabolic, the rate at which you burn at rest, slows as well. All right. So we'll talk more about that a little bit. Energy for activity. So this is the calories burned through physical activity. Walking, doing laundry, washing dishes, just moving basically. All right. It doesn't necessarily mean exercise like strength training or running on a treadmill. It's just moving throughout the day. And then TEF is thermic effect of food. This is the energy that's required to digest and process food. Right? Our bodies require energy to process food. All right. So a bunch of different factors play into your metabolism slowing or not being as optimized as it could be. So basically, at the age of 30, your metabolism slows about 1 to 2%, depending on who you talk to, per decade. Okay. Muscle mass, muscle burns more calories than fat, even at rest. So if you have more muscle on your body, that BMR, that base metabolic rate, will be higher, which is why strength training is so important. Hormonal changes. So menopause can cause a drop in estrogen, which can slow your metabolism and it can lead to fat gain, usually around that midsection area. And then dieting, this is one of the biggest ones we see, is years of restrictive dieting. It can just crush your metabolic rate. All right. So that's things like Optavia or real low calorie, 1,000, 1,200 calorie diets, even 1,300 calorie diets is super low. Um, Keto, cutting carbs, all these things are restricting and will slow down your metabolic rate. Every time you lose weight, by doing a quick fix, a fad diet or shots or whatever it is. What happens is when you lose weight, you're losing weight, which means you're losing fat and you're losing muscle. That's the last thing you want to do is lose muscle. All right. So what happens is, let's say you lose 20 pounds on Optavia or any diet, whatever it is, and you restrict and you lose 20 pounds. Well, like something like the shots, 30 to 70% of the weight you lose is muscle, which is absolutely insane. So let's say you lose 20 pounds. Let's do some math here. So 10, 30. So 6 pounds of it, I'm going to take 30%, which is the low end. 6 pounds of that weight you lost is muscle. Then you put 20 pounds back on, and most people put on more than that. They put on more than they lost the first time. So say we're just going to go conservative here. So you put on 20 pounds. You didn't put any muscle back on unless, there are small situations where you are like you're strength training like crazy, you're eating a high protein diet, you might put on some muscle. But the average 99% of the people I'm talking to today, you're putting 20 pounds of fat back on. So what happens is you've lost 6 pounds of muscle in that process. Now your body is slowing down. Then you do this again. You lose 15 and you put 20 back on. And then you lose 10 and put 12 back on. You're losing muscle, gaining fat. Losing muscle, gaining fat. Absolutely destroys your metabolic rate. Okay. So here's some signs that your metabolism might be stalled. You are in a weight loss plateau. So despite eating less or exercising more, the scale isn't moving. All right. So what happens there is, well, let me just finish up these five five signs your metabolism might be slowing down or stalled. Fatigue. So feeling consistently tired even when you're eating enough. Cravings. You have a more of an urge, a stronger urge for sugary or fatty foods. Cold intolerance. So feeling colder than usual. So if you're usually not cold at like 68 degrees in your house, but now you're chilly, you're freezing, or you're feeling cooler at that temperature and your body's normally fine, your metabolic rate may be contributing to this. Difficulty gaining muscle, struggle to tone up despite strength training. All right, so kind of going back to this weight loss plateau. If you've been doing, first of all, I've talked about this in other trainings. You can go back and watch them, but plateaus really, they don't really exist. Plateaus are typically because the individual has gotten lazy, they stopped tracking, they're overeating, they stopped walking, something happened. You're not really in a plateau, but if you do feel like you're in a plateau, and a true plateau is like for 8 weeks and you're doing all of the right things, that's a true plateau. Right. So very few people ever in a program or even ever hit that because there's something going on with what you're doing, which is why you're in that plateau, but you're not really, if that makes sense. So if you actually started measuring again and started tracking, you'd see that you're overeating. Therefore, you're not in a calorie deficit anymore. So that's why you plateau, because you're eating too much. All right. So there's always a reason. Um, so despite eating less and exercising more, the scale isn't moving. So that can be super frustrating, right? But if you've been eating 1,200 calories for 6, 8, 10, I've talked to people 2 years on Optavia, eating 800 calories, absolutely destroys your metabolism. So what happens is your body keeps deregulating, deregulating, deregulating. It's wondering, when the hell am I going to eat? So it's storing fat, all right? And it deregulates to whatever you're eating. So if you're only eating 800 to 1,000 calories, your body now only burns 800 to 1,000 calories over time. I'm talking, this doesn't happen if you do it for a week. This is constant months and months and months of undereating or exercising like crazy and undereating. You're putting so much stress on your body. So it adapts. So now when like, where do you go from there? If you hit a plateau and you're eating 1,200 calories, you can't cut to 800. If you're eating 800, you can't cut to 500. So you can't get into a deficit. So you have to actually repair your metabolism first, which is the first phase of our program when you're in our VIP program. We focus on fixing your metabolism first. All right. All right. So how metabolism impacts your weight loss? Well, it's huge. When your metabolism isn't functioning optimally, your body burns fewer calories throughout the day. That's your base metabolic rate. And it's harder to achieve a calorie deficit. So I just kind of talked about this. So if you're only burning 1,200 calories, there's nowhere to go. Um, your body may have entered like a starvation mode. And what that is like I said, it doesn't know when it's going to get food. So it's storing that fat. Our bodies are super smart. They adapt quickly. Right? So if you're not eating enough food, your body is just like, okay, I have no idea when I'm going to eat again. I'm in a famine. I need to just survive. I need to hold on to the fat, whatever fat that's left. All right. Um, so if you've been eating too little for too long, this will cause your body to go into that survival mechanism. All right. So I just want to break some common metabolism myths. So I have a slower metabolism because I'm overweight. Well, actually, while excess weights, like being overweight, will impact your hormones, but your metabolic rate typically, again, typically, everything I say isn't 100%. It's most people talking in the percentages here. But if you're overweight, you typically have a higher metabolism because of the energy required when you're carrying more mass. Your body has to work harder. Okay, so that's a myth. Your metabolism isn't slow because you're overweight. All right, there's going to be other reasons why it's slow. We just covered a bunch of them. I can't do anything about my metabolism. That's a big bullshit. You definitely can. We do it all the time, every single day. So lifestyle changes will significantly impact your metabolic rate. Okay, so walking, well, strength training, hydration, sleep. Prioritizing sleep is huge. Controlling your stress, your mindset. All these things will help with your metabolism. Not directly, like thinking positively is not going to make you burn more calories, but it leads to other things, doing the things that you need to do. Eating less is always better for weight loss. No way. Severe calorie restriction will lead to metabolic slowdown over time, every time. So I have a client of mine that I'm personally coaching, and I don't coach many clients. Um, she is now, we got her, we started metabolic recovery. We got her calories as high as we possibly could. And she just kept asking, when are we going into a fat loss phase? When are we going into a fat loss phase? I'm like, I don't know. Whenever we fix the problem first, because nothing's going to work, guys, unless you fix the problem, which is your metabolism. If you don't fix your metabolism, which is what all these programs do, they just throw you into a fat loss phase. So they say, eat less and you're going to lose weight. Brilliant, right? But it slows down your metabolic rate. So I've been explaining to her that I want her to lose weight at the most calories possible. And she's finally getting it. She's eating 1,700 calories right now, and she lost 2 pounds last week. So we look for half to a pound per week is good, sustainable weight loss. Everybody wants it faster, but that's the right way to do it. You're not losing muscle weight like we talked about. You're losing body fat. So there's a big difference. We focus on losing body fat, not weight. Scale weight is weight. Body fat is a different animal. If you just lose weight, you're losing muscle and fat, you're going to look like just a smaller version of yourself once you lose the weight. You're still going to be jiggly, loose, not toned, because you've lost all your muscle mass as well. So you're just a smaller version of you. All right. So eating less is not the answer. It's yes, you have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight, but you want to lose weight eating the most food possible. And that's what nobody tells you. If someone tells you to eat 1,200 calories, of course you're going to lose weight at first. You're starving yourself, but your body's going to adapt and you're losing muscle mass. Now what do? You're like kind of screwed, right? All right. How to reset your metabolism. Got to eat enough food, guys, ladies. You have to eat enough food. And when I say eat enough food, it's not chips and donuts. It's enough good nutritional food to get your body burning again. Avoid the diet crashes. Fuel your body with, a moderate amount of calories to avoid metabolic slowdown. So, tracking your intake and make sure you're eating enough to support your metabolism. Okay? So, if you're not tracking, you're probably overeating. All the data and research shows that even nutritionists, even myself, like I do this for a living, if I don't measure my foods, I overeat every time. My mashed potato servings gets bigger, my scoop of peanut butter, my shake gets bigger. You have to measure, guys, you're overeating. A handful of nuts turns into a couple of handful of nuts, which is like 400 calories. So it's so easy to overeat when you're not tracking. Prioritize your protein. This is going to help maintain your muscle. It's going to help build muscle. It's going to have the highest thermic effect, which means your body uses more energy to break down protein, so you're burning more calories. So protein just has so many positive effects. All right, it takes more to burn protein than it does fats and carbs. All right, so minimally, that's a hard word to say. You want to be eating 30 to 40 grams per meal. Now, again, these are basic, if you're looking for some basic information. Everybody's different. I like to get to a pound per body part, a pound per body weight per body part. All right, so if you are 150 pounds, 150 grams of protein. Um, if you're over 150 pounds, I typically go off your goal weight. So if you're 200 pounds and you want to be, your goal weight's 150 pounds, we'd have you eating 150 grams of protein. All right, again, just guidelines. Some people we start at 0.7, 0.8. Wherever you are, we want to increase your protein from there. So I literally just before I got on this, I got to text this woman back. She messaged me. She just did her calories for the week. She gave me her average calories and she gave me her average protein. So her average protein was 50.1. So I'm not going to bring her up to 150 grams, wherever she should be because she'll be constipated for a couple weeks. So I'll increase her protein slowly. So maybe 65 a day for the next week till her body gets used to it. So throwing out just random numbers aren't good because you have to track first to see where you're at, and then we make decisions from there. All right, so build muscle through strength training. Guys, I can't emphasize this enough. Strength train and lift heavy weights, not these little freaking pink dumbbells. Push some heavy weights, whatever's heavy for you. 12 pounds might be heavy for you. 20 pounds might be heavy for you. 30. My wife bangs out 35, 40s and shoulder presses. Like whatever is strong for you, push yourself. Don't just go through the motions. Like if you're going to put in the time to work out, go hard. And hard doesn't mean like kill yourself. It just means push your body, push your muscles. Um, 2 to 3 times a week is optimal for strength training. 4 days is the best. But if you can only do two, two is better than zero. If you can only do one, one is better than zero. All right, so two is better than one, three is better than two, four is better than three. After that, there's not much benefit. You don't want to strength train 7 days a week. Your body needs time. Your muscles actually grow during sleep and recovery, all right, not during the actual strength training phase. All right, let me see what I'm at for time. 18 minutes. I like to try to keep these under 20. This one might go a little bit over. I apologize. It will be under 25. So stay active throughout the day. Again, these are all ways to increase your metabolism. Your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's called NEAT. You've probably heard that term. It plays a huge role in calorie burn. It's a big reason why I don't put on weight is because like right now I'm moving. You guys, I don't know if you can see me shaking, but my legs are going a mile a minute, which increases my NEAT. I'm always burning calories because I'm always just moving. All right, that's just how I am. I don't fidget on purpose, but fidgety people burn more calories. All right, or if you're walking all the time or cleaning or whatever on your feet, moving and shaking, you're gonna be better off. So 8,000 to 10,000 steps daily is like the absolute minimum I like to see people. But again, if you're only getting in 3,000, then shoot for 4,000. Just add 1,000 and be consistent with that. Once you're consistent with that, push it up again. But the ultimate goal, I mean, 10,000 steps is really when you're moving and going up and down stairs and working around your house. And I work from home and I do 10,000 steps a day. I'm going up and down stairs, I'm getting waters and whatever. Like it's not that hard. You just have to make an effort. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park far away from the. When I'm working out and I'm during my rest periods, I'm walking around the gym while instead of just sitting on the bench like most people are on their cell phones. I'm walking around, getting in more steps. So use your time efficiently. All right, balancing hormones. This I'm not going to get too into, but higher cortisol levels from stress or lower estrogen levels from menopause, they can affect your metabolism. All right. It's not going to be the reason why you're stuck, but there might be, balancing your hormones have a lot of benefits. It's not a weight loss benefit, but it's like your libido is going to get better. You're going to have more energy. Um, you're going to feel better. You'll sleep better. So those are things that will help weight loss, kind of, but not directly. All right, so manage stress techniques, yoga, meditation, journaling, reading a book, going for a walk, whatever it is for you. Manage your stress. The stress is not going away, guys. Everybody has it. It's how you manage it. All right. Sleep like it's your job. I love that. Sleep like it's your job. So if you're scrolling your phone at night and then you just shut off your phone and go to bed, you're telling your brain that scrolling your phone is more important than sleep. You prioritize your phone more than your sleep. Let's face it, that's what you're saying. It might sound harsh, but that's the reality of this. So shut your phone off. 30 to 60 is optimal. And TV and all that stuff, all electronics, an hour before your sleep. And see how it changes your sleeping. Don't have any caffeine like after 2 o'clock. Um, don't be eating crappy, snacks late at night. All these things are going to help with your sleep. All right, last one, hydrate. Dehydration will slow your metabolism. Your body needs water to burn calories efficiently. It needs water to digest properly. It needs water to go to the bathroom properly. It needs water to, all your organs need water. Our body's just 60 to 70% water. If you're not drinking enough water, your body's struggling to work efficiently. Now, just a quick tip on water. Easiest way is either go off your half your body weight. If you're 150 pounds, 75 uh, ounce of water. These are just general baseline things. Or just pee. And if you pee and it's clear or like pale yellow, you're hydrated. If it's yellow or looks like mellow yellow or Diet Coke, you are dehydrated. Drink some drink some water. All right, so how to know if your metabolism is improving? I have 3 minutes to stay under 25 minutes. I think this stuff's really important, guys, so I'm going to go a little bit over because 90% of the women we work with, their metabolism is out of whack. All right, it's not broken. Nobody's broken. Everything can be fixed. It's slowed down over the years. It's just a normal occurrence from our lifestyles. So if your energy levels start picking up, that's a good sign. Um, if you start seeing some weight loss progress or your body composition is changing, which means you're losing fat and gaining some muscle, that's a good sign. Better sleep quality, that's a good sign. Less cravings for sugary foods or fatty foods, that's a good sign. Hunger signals are a great sign. It's your body telling you when you are truly hungry. And again, I speak to a lot of people who have zero hunger cues because they've been eating restrictive diets for so long, their body just, it's not working efficiently. All right. So hunger cues are huge. All right. That's pretty much it. So guys, your metabolism isn't broken. It's just adaptive and it's adapted the wrong way, possibly. So with the right strategies, you can, you know, turn your metabolism into a calorie burning machine. That's the goal. So the whole process of our VIP program is fix your metabolism, lose the weight, strip the fat, and then get your body back to maintenance and teach you how to keep the weight off long term. That's the three phases we work on, and it works, guys. It works. And long term success is the goal of our program. It's not quick fixes. If you're looking for a quick fix, we're not going to be the solution for you. All right. So that's pretty much it. It was just me and Amy. Let's see. Amy said thanks. You're welcome, Amy. Thanks for jumping on live. Appreciate you. So I'm going to jump off. 24 minutes. I will post this in the replays. And I need a hoodie, you mean, Amy? Need a hoodie. All right, guys. I'll see you guys all next Monday. Talk to you soon.